Welcome into Handbags for the Holidays, ladies. We have got absolute treasure for you. This is for you because you're one of a kind. Well, if you could ever have a handbag that is worthy of being at the Cannes Film Festival on the arm of a starlet, well, this is the hour for you to start shopping. We've got a brand new guest, and she's actually the designer who oversaw every aspect of the manufacturing of each and every one of these bags. It's going to, again, feel like a one of a kind. Her name is Iris Lane, and she is here to talk about, well, this bespoke line that you've got with such beautiful ornamentation. Thank you so much for joining us here at Shop NBC. So tell us the story. How did you get started making these handbags? You've been making them for how many years?
There's a long story, actually.
Okay, well.
I had another company for many, many years and decided it was time for me to retire. But I had been doing jewelry, so I had a non-compete clause. I retired and I thought, this is not for me. I'm an artist, so I went back into handbags.
Great.
That's the story.
Okay,
so now we're doing handbags.
For all of my entire career, I was a jewelry designer, and then I decided to retire and do something I really loved. I started making handbags incorporating jewelry designs. That's what you say. You don't have to bring up the non-compete and this, because all of a sudden we're like, honey, you know, get in here. We got to figure this out in my head before I buy a bag. She's got a non-compete. You had a non-compete, didn't you? It's like, we'll just keep it simple.
I don't know how to do that. He knows that. Got to keep anything.
Okay, I'm going to read your lines. No, I'm just kidding. So Iris, you've been in the jewelry industry your whole career, and then you retired and decided you were going to do something that you really love. Right. So you brought jewelry to handbags.
Yes.
Well, this is very elegant, and this looks like something you would seriously drop a couple $1,000s on. But today we've got it for under $200, and we've got it on 6 value pays. Describe this bag, because wow, does that really want to go out and have a good time?
It does. And if you don't want to have a good time, you can keep it on a dresser or whatever and have a good time looking at it.
Decorate your home.
The colors are wonderful. It matches anything.
So let's go in from the top. Obviously, you've got a Port-au-Soie fabric on the bag itself, and it's got a wonderful jet black chromed top and the kissing closure.
Right.
But on the outside, it's like a brooch that looks like it's out of a museum collection.
That's right.
From a very famous woman.
That's right.
So tell us about the detail here.
Well, we've got a beautiful rose up here. This was a very long stem, and I didn't want the long stem, so we've got a peacock here. Wow. And the colors, I think, are just wonderful. And
look how that just shimmers, and the colors are deep, and they're intense, and they're exotic.
The other point is for ladies out there who are older, they can take their medicines with them, their eyeglasses, whatever they want. There's a lot of room inside, and we have a lot of people saying we need a nice evening bag that you can put things in.
And if you need to throw this over your shoulder, it comes with its own chain, which tucks in nicely, so it's actually 2-in-1. It's convertible.
You could do this.
Okay, so you can do it across the body if you want.
Exactly.
You could do it just hanging off to the side, or you could actually let the chain go.
And I do have a wonderful story about the bag.
Let's give it a whirl.
I went to a wedding and in Chicago. I'd never been there before.
Here, let's see the bag back while you talk about the story.
And they put me next to the bride for a photograph. I said, I've never met the bride before. And the photographer said, this is a true story, but your handbag is so spectacular, you have to be right next to the bride.
Wow.
True story. And I had never met the bride before.
So you could actually crash a wedding, not know anybody there, and get brought up to the head table and be served first.
Absolutely.
See, that's what I call a handbag that works. But ladies, can you imagine this? I mean, this truly, whether you're wearing jet black head to toe, or you're wearing just one of these colors, or maybe you have a beaded jacket, you're saying, I need something that's really going to stand out as a bag. This would be it.
And you have to get compliments on our bags all the time.
I think that's kind of built in, isn't it?
Yes.
And you were talking about how this originally started off as a pendant, and you modified it to be just the perfect scale for the bag.
That's why I went to art school.
Why? See, that's why you spent all those years toiling over the art. Well, this is really fun, and I think you need to really see this in person. So what you love on television, you're going to love all the more. So make that phone call and order it. We've got the value pays for you, and think about where you're going to wear this bag first. And then, of course, where you're going to keep it in your home when you're not wearing it out. Because this, like you said, is beautiful interior design when it's not out on the town going someplace special.
We have tons of decorators who buy from us.
I can see why. Absolutely. Get a new curio cabinet. Why not? Great.